Hi there, and welcome to your reading about what you need to hear right now. Today, our path is lit by Isis, and these are the three piles that you can choose from. So choose whichever one you feel intuitively drawn to. We have number 1, and the figurine is Saraswati. Then we have number 2, and the figurine is a tiger eye hawk. And we have pile number 3, and we have the lapis lazuli stone. So choose one. You can choose from the description box below, and I'll see you in your reading. Hi there, pile 1. So you chose the card Enter the Chamber of Healing and the figurine Saraswati. So before we begin, I'm just going to bless this reading, bless my aura with my High Priestess spray. There we go. Okay. So enter the Chamber of Healing, healing in the divine chamber of the Lady Isis. So basically what I'm getting for you here straight away is that maybe it's time for you to go a little bit remote, or should we say, to find your little hiding space. And there is something that you need to go through, even if you've been feeling like it's time to bloom, it's time to finally step into your power. Maybe now it's not the time yet. So if you're in the place where I'm at right now, it's winter is approaching. So there is this call, this need to go within, to retreat, and to be with yourself. Maybe even, this is not advice, just a suggestion, find someone to help you, like therapy, you know, to go a few things that you feel like they have been running the show on a subconscious level. We all have them. So this is just a message that basically you will be able to come out of this hiding, you know, of not being able to shine your light properly by going within. There's something you need to see. It's not time yet, basically. And another thing that I'm getting here is Saraswati is a goddess of arts. I love Saraswati. And she is also asking you to perhaps find a way to heal through arts, you know. I've always found that my biggest healing has come from me being able to express myself, whether be it through writing, poetry, painting, you know. This is all such therapeutic work. So just accept this nudge of moving into your creative expression. Something wants to be born through in that sort of a way. So just become a hermit for a little bit and see what happens. So before we begin, I'm just going to ground this space with Earth Magic deck. So let's see what messages the Earth is bringing to you. Whale, Breach. Oh, I need another one. And Dreamtime Creation. So already we're seeing that, yes, this is another nudge to go deeper into your creative space, to find that time for yourself, to be able to create. And I absolutely love this image because it's just full of this beautiful creative chaos. So basically everything that's inside of you, and it's ready to be born. And by doing this, by creating, by not judging what comes out, I think we're way too obsessed with having to create something that's Instagram worthy. Just create for the sake of it, even if you deem it ugly, even if you feel like it's not deserving to see the light of the world. Just create, and this will be your way of finding that breakthrough, of basically breaching through something, breaking through this plateau that you feel like you've been stuck at for so long and you just cannot penetrate. So yeah, creation. I love this message. Absolutely love it. I think maybe it's time also to go into our past lives a bit and see where this blockage is coming from, what you've been dealing with. Why is it here? Lessons and blessings. So basically, yes, I'm going to pull another one here. There is something that you need to retrieve from, some wisdom that you have to retrieve from this chamber that you're called into, this healing space, where this universal energy of pure creation just flows through you. This is where you find your healing. There's something that you need to learn before you're able to open up to the world and shine bright in this embodied version of who you are. So if you start doing that now, which you probably already are, you're probably already sharing that with the world, but you know something's not particularly right. You know that there's something that you need to embody. Something is left to embody, a big lesson, some sort of wisdom. And once you've got to that, once you've passed that, I feel like you've been repeating this throughout your lifetimes. So once you pass that, you'll be able to, for sure, break that wall. And yes, do so by finding a way to be artsy. Let's get some more clarity here about what is it that you're working on right now and what do you need to know that will help you break through this wall. Honesty. I'm just going to pop this one here. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So basically, I'm just going to go intuitively with this one. I feel like you've not been entirely honest with yourself about your situation where you're at. And also, you've not been honest with your surrounding. But then how can you show yourself fully? And how can you be who you really are if you've not met all the pieces of yourself? There are some shadows there that you need to see, some shadows that you need to embrace and accept, and feel confident to show those parts as well. Maybe you're walking this earth thinking that your shadow self is, excuse me, is too unlovable. And there's only one side of yourself that you're showing to the world right now. And that's not really bringing in the people that are there for you, or it's not bringing in your soul tribe, as I like to call it. You're bringing in not the wrong type of people, but type of people that you don't feel fulfilled by. And it's not their fault, you know, it's just because they can't really see the true you. So the people that are looking for you and that are like you, they can't actually see you. You're not bringing your entire self to the table. There is something you're not comfortable sharing with others, and which is perfectly fine, but I think your light needs to be shown the way it is. So does your shadow. If you share your shadows, if you share your struggles, people will definitely connect with you, the right type of people, the type of people that you want in your life. So this is a call to basically start being a bit more honest, be vulnerable. I know it's scary for me as well, super scary, but maybe it's time that you start being a bit more vulnerable and start with your inner circle, you know, a little bit deeper and see where that takes you. I'm going to bring another one over here. Maple. I am fertile in what I seed, for there is reason to dance and drink upon the riches I receive. And I feel this will really bring in some beautiful community for you, a lot of joy, a lot of celebration, and you won't be feeling so maybe misunderstood or alone anymore. There's so many people out there that are just waiting for you to show yourself fully, so they can join you in this beautiful journey of yours. You know, you can co-create something. But I feel like you definitely need to be a part of, you're destined to be a part of a beautiful community. Doesn't need to be that it's like right there in your immediate surroundings, but I feel like if you're online, you can definitely find these sort of people. So what do you need to know right now? What is your message for now? If you dip into some tarot. Four of Cups. Okay. The Hierophant. And we'll pop another one. The Lovers. Will stop here. So yes, here, it's also, from what I'm seeing from here is that there is some sort of a, let's call it dissatisfaction, or your, oh my God, I can't remember the word. Perspective. Your perspective seems a bit tainted. Feels like the universe really is giving you a lot, but it might not be in the way that you would want it to be. So I feel like it's bringing you so many opportunities for you to actually commit to the creative process and stop dissing it as something that's not important. This is literally your way of breaking through, you know, and healing. And life can be so colorful. And I feel like right now you're focusing a little bit too much on the negatives and the fact that it hasn't happened yet, whatever it is that you desire. But I feel like you really are reaching for some sort of expansion, and you feel like it's been coming for so long and it's still not here, and you're just really dissatisfied with that, and also blaming the universe, I guess, or your guides or something, you know. But it's always the universe and your guides are always giving you the answers. Like you can see in this bowl, it's always being handed to you, but you just can't see it. You can't recognize it. And it's not because you're incompetent. It's because your mind is so busy with other stuff. And this is where the creative process, the time that you spend with yourself in your chamber, is going to really help you to become focused, to be attuned to the universal flow of energy a little bit more, and then the answers will come very naturally. And yes, creative process is your way in. Yeah, and also here I feel like there is definitely something on the path for you, a life that you love, people around you that you love, this beautiful fiery energy. I feel like there's something about the root chakra, your sense of stability, finances, sensuality, sexuality, that needs healing, stemming from, I think, something to do with past lives, and definitely from childhood, but past lives specifically. This might only be for a group of you, but this is a bit more specific message. Coming from past lives, there is something about you promising in the past that in the next lifetime, or whenever, you know, you're going to live next, that you have hardened and you have given up the beauty of feeling sensually alive, and you've given that up to be able to be in the more spiritual realms. So I feel like you are a very, very spiritual person, but the earth needs you here. So this is probably something you struggle with, your sense of safety. You probably don't feel safe in this world. But again, this is a message for a few very specific people. And this is something that will be getting healed. This is where you will be getting healed. In the next few months. I feel like 3 months are popping up for me. So I guess if you're in October, as I am right now, the end of the year. Yeah, okay. And let's see, what do we have here? Just a little message to see what else do you need to know. And this is coming from the light worker spirit guides, the ones above. I'm not sure if you see this. Let me just check. Okay, yes. So, Mintakan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. So I got goosebumps now. I'm just gonna put it right there because, as I said about your root chakra being needing healing, it's quite interesting because you probably don't feel at home here on this earth. You probably felt very ungrounded your whole life, very spiritually attuned your whole life, misunderstood. It's a clear sign for me that you are of some sort of a light worker, and this is showing your purpose as well. Like, it is your purpose to bring light to this planet. Share your voice. Yeah, okay. Come out of the cave, very interestingly. So when you're done here in the cave, come out of the cave. persecution and expression. So basically, another thing is your cave. I feel like you've spent a lot of the time there. You have healed a lot, and you are very okay with going into the healing process. But you tend to stick in that cave a little bit too long. It becomes your comfort zone. And this is basically asking you, your guides are asking you to share your voice a little bit more, to let yourself be known, especially if that's difficult for you, especially if you feel like you've been hiding who you really are. And again, we come back to this honesty about showing who you really are and being okay with using your voice to share that, you know, even if that's on social media or in your circle of people, but definitely make sure you don't get stuck in your healing chamber again, that you don't stagnate. So go deep, especially in your root chakra, and then maybe even share about that, talk about that. And this is your way out. And I will pull one final message for this reading. If I can squeeze some more in the camera, I think so. So what do you need to know right now? What is the message for you right now? When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. And I'm just going to pull that straight into what I said about creation, because creation is basically you allowing the pure universal Shakti force to flow through you. And in that, in your creative process, you are the purest channel for this energy. And when you see and accept that that is pure love, creation, to me at least, equals pure love, that this will always bring you back. So whenever you get lost in your chamber of healing, remember to use creative process as a way to bring you back, and sharing your voice as a way to bring you back from there. And this is my message for you. So make sure to like, subscribe, and share how this reading resonated for you. So thank you very much, and bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. So you chose Isis card, Stay True and Be in Your Power. And you have chosen this tiger eye hawk. Okay, so I'm just going to prepare the space by spraying a little bit of my aura spray, High Priestess style. Okay, so before we begin, actually, you have chosen Stay True and Be in Your Power, Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of Divine Authority. It feels to me, I know you have this tiger eye crystal, which is connected to our inner sense of power, the way we show ourselves to the world, our confidence. But I also feel like this really, really comes into your throat chakra, and how you express yourself through your voice, and if you are expressing yourself in an authentic way. And this is telling me here that honesty is an important part of your life right now, and that maybe this is something that you should be focusing on a little bit more, seeing where you're not being true to your environment, to people around you, and to yourself, essentially. And when you are true, this will give you power, and you will feel well, very raw in your power, you know, when you are embodying who you really are. It's amazing. You don't even care about what others think anymore. You just are who you are, all your light, all your shadows. So I'm going to ground this reading a little bit more, or to start with, and I'm going to pull a card from the Earth Magic Oracle cards. Wake up call. Okay, so there's some shaking up happening either right now for you, or it's coming, but nothing to be particularly worried about. It is just this sense that maybe life is bringing you a few more opportunities in forms of events or people around you, what they do, how they speak. or something internally inside of you that is really showing you that the way you've been living and expressing yourself and perhaps even hiding yourself is not the way forward, and some shift needs to be done. But also, I'm hearing a very strong message here that you do not need to push it, that this is all coming very naturally. Nothing needs to be done, and it will happen in such a way, the way nature works, you know, it just comes and it happens, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you go with it and you adjust to it, and then you see that even if something felt terrible at that point, it brings the biggest blessing ever. So I feel like this is the energy you're in right now. And here we are, a shaman. I feel like there's goosebumps. I feel like there is this very wise part of you coming through. And wait, let me just jump into past lives here. I feel like you've been on this journey for quite some time, and you probably have been noticing that you have some powers, that you have maybe some psychic abilities, or that you're actually on the path of a shaman. Ships, one more. And that you're healing something big from your past lives. Scribe or write. Okay, yes, I feel like there's definitely wind is picking up, and there is stuff from the past lives that you've started in the past, and it's happening now. But now the ship is sailing, let's put it, you know. I feel like you've been gathering the wind under your sails and for a long time, and in this life something is happening. So you're stepping into the path of a shaman, into the path of the wise one, the healer, and it's asking you to write. And this might not mean go and make a book, go and write a book right now, but more in a sense of perhaps to strengthen your connection with the universal force, with the pure source of existence, whatever you want to call it, to let your hand write. Basically, just put it on a paper, and maybe every morning, whatever comes, 3 pages, let it out. No judgment, no taking pen off the paper, just write, 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 write. And you might notice that actually, even if you wake up and you're feeling terrible and there's all sorts of stories coming through your head, why is this happening to me? Why is life so unfair? You know, all the emotions and stuff. You might notice that once you've cleared that out, this pure channeling of the divine comes through, because you are this powerful person. You are this person who has been on this path for so long, and all you need to do is sit down and just get it out. And you will see that basically that is who you are. The one that writes on the 3rd page, especially, is your highest voice, is your highest self speaking to you, giving you advice, giving you direction. Okay, let's continue. So from the past life, we are moving on to a slightly more clarifying card. So what do you need to know right now? How can you prepare for this? What is happening right now, and what do you need to know? Happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. So maybe you have been in the path of not feeling happy, and this goes directly with the fact that you have not been showing yourself fully, honestly, to the world around you, and you've not felt embodied in yourself because you know that you're not really expressing yourself fully. So notice through this process of you channeling how this is putting you in a very embodied place, the path we are supposed to be at, and see how there is a lot of little nuggets of happiness coming through. And we're not talking about ecstatic happiness. I feel like true happiness happens in these little moments, you know, where you feel so serene and you feel so peaceful, just to look at something like a bird in the sky and you think to yourself, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And yeah, but it comes with this sort of peaceful feeling, serene feeling. And I feel like more and more this is starting to happen to you. But I'm also picking up here on water. I think you might have a lot of element of water in you. Emotional, very emotional person, and things might hit you harder. And you feel like sometimes, maybe especially now, every little wave feels like a huge tsunami, and it feels unbearable at times. And just know that if that is you, if that's the group of people that I'm referring to, if you're a part of the group of people that I'm referring to, just know that you're actually in a very delicate process right now of acquiring your power. But because of that, as a shaman, as a shamanic soul, you have to go to the depths of your shadows to be able to embody the light. And maybe right now you are in the part of where you're needing to embody some shadows, and that is delicate work, and that is difficult, and it makes you very sensitive, physically, emotionally, mentally. And you might notice that what you felt made you happy before is not making you happy anymore. And that's perfectly fine, because this happiness cannot be found in the outer area around yourself. But you will be starting to find this sort of happiness, this sort of peaceful serenity inside of yourself. And wow, it's really powerful process. So stick with it. What else do you need to know right now? Green man. All that I desire comes to me easily and effortlessly. I know this to be true, for I am abundant in all that I do. That is a very nice affirmation for you right now. And it really coincides with these little pockets of happiness that you might be experiencing inside of yourself, these different things that are making you happy these days. And just remember that even if things seem a bit hard right now, that actually you can do a lot by shifting your perspective. And what the clear message here, maybe not for everyone in this group, but what the clear message is here is that accept nature as your ally. Spend as much time there as possible. Commune with it. I feel like you're so deeply connected to nature. So when you're not there, when you're not observing it, when you're not speaking to the trees, when you're not feeling the energy fields of these living beings in forests or in the fields, that you're not feeling fully like yourself. So that's your healing space. So make the best use of it. And here we go with some tarot to get a little bit more clarification about what do you need to know right now. What is your message? Three of Wands. Page of Swords. And Queen of Cups. I feel really big shamanic vibes again here. I feel like what's happening right now is, just going to focus on this right now, because there is, you're picking something up, something new. It's like you're learning something new, but I just want to point it out there that it's not by reading a book. It's not by taking another course, or maybe, I'm not sure where you're at, but if it is, then it's something to do with of a highly spiritual nature. I feel like you are downloading texts from knowledge of your ancestors, knowledge of all the shamans that came before you, of all the spiritual leaders, just all that knowledge, the universal knowledge. I feel like it's wanting to download through you. And I love this Queen of Cups here, because it definitely feels like you are learning to master your emotions, because perhaps you even feel other people's emotions quite a lot. So finding that protection, finding how to choose what you let in from other people, and choosing what you leave out. So perhaps you've been feeling burdened by what you do. It doesn't have to specifically mean you're a healer, but even in your professional life, you know, you might feel like you just soak things up. You soak other people's stuff on you. And now you're learning how to basically say no to that and still be able to be the empath, to be of help to others around you. But this is definitely your time of downloading amazing information and knowledge. And it doesn't even have to come in words. You can just wake up one day or do a meditation and you just feel the download in your body and know that something has shifted, that your cells have been upgraded, that your DNA has been activated. I've got light language here very strongly coming for you, so might be a very good idea if you're not doing it already to try and let light language come through you. And then yes, you're definitely stepping into something new. This is the point in your life where everything changes, and you will be equipped by being protected, by being very knowledgeable, very wise, and by having this sort of creative fire in you, the desire to go and conquer the world, but not in that sort of a sense, you know what I mean? Basically just go into something new and find harmony in that, find happiness in that. I'm just going to bring in some of the light worker energy here, bring in a bit of light, a bit of guidance. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. One more, please. What do you need to know right now? Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. And here we go, talking about heart-based living. Your power comes from your ability to feel, from ability to be empathic towards others, and especially by getting out of your head and moving more into your heart, leading from your heart, maybe even creating your business if that's where you're in this process right now. That is a heart-based living, heart-based business, heart-based living. But it's also important that you keep your inner temple intact, that you keep on returning back to yourself, that you're clearing your energy field, that you're protecting your energy field, that you are the actual embodiment of light, that you stay away from the environments and people that you feel drain you, that you stay away from anything that feels heavy, because this is really important for you as you're getting ready to start sharing this wisdom. Sisterhood of the Rose, teacher, mystic, leader, but also you cannot do it alone. We're stepping into this era where it's important to connect with your sisters, brothers, and to lift each other up and create this sort of a coven. So I feel like you're on the path of, once you start sharing, if you're not already, and once you keep your inner temple intact, that you have this path of being a teacher and priestess, mystic. I love that. It's I vibe with that a lot. I feel like we could be quite similar. And let's just conclude with a little message. What do you need to know right now? I choose love no matter what. Let's get you one more. The presence of love will always cast out fear. Everything is about love, isn't it? So definitely exist from the heart. Whenever you feel there's fear creeping in and your mind starts going absolutely crazy and you start feeling anxious about anything, just keep on coming back to your heart. Even your meditations, when you go into your inner temple, meditate on your heart space and ask your heart for answers, ask your heart for guidance. And this is the best thing you can do for anything that you need to know about your future. Your heart will always tell you the answer. Maybe not clearly at first, maybe you won't be able to hear it properly, but keep on connecting to your heart, and this is where all your wisdom's going to come from. All your channelings will be expressed through your heart, and wow, I feel like you have a very beautiful life ahead of you, full of purpose and love-driven. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for being here with me, and please like, subscribe, and comment if that resonated with you. Let me know where you're at right now. And yes, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3. You chose the card Serpent of Fire, Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood, and you've chosen Lapis Lazuli. I say it in a very Eastern European way, so pardon me. So let's just go straight into the fact that I feel like you are rising in your power. I feel like you are definitely starting to embody something here. You're quite on the right path here. And it feels like previously you've been working through your body somehow. You've been moving your body. You've been moving the energy in your body. And now it feels like as you've been working through your lower chakras, your time has come for your throat to open up and for you to be able to authentically express yourself. Before we go any further, just blessing the space with my High Priestess aura spray. Okay. So let's ground this reading a little bit and ask Pachamama. Let's ask Mother Earth, what is the message for you today? What do you need to know right now? Dreamtime creation. I'm going to pull another one. Green Man synergy. I feel like what's happening for you right now is you're definitely coming to the place where you are feeling grounded. Maybe this is for a group of you. You've always had a feeling that you were quite grounded, but there was something that you had to go through, other chakras. And perhaps even I feel like there's something to do with your heart chakra, with your heart space. That's you needed healing, deep healing that would go right into your past lives. Let me just see here. In your past lives deck, food and hunger, and this life. Interesting. And I feel like in this life you have been focusing a little bit more on your need for stability and feeling safe. We're talking about like especially material safety. So I feel like you're some sort of a hard worker, or that you've been focusing on your career, on the fact that to bring money, to put food on the table, and this need is coming from the past. I feel like in the past you have experienced a lot of poverty, and you have promised to yourself that you will never go through this ever again. Now, for a group of you that it's coming through is that you could still be experiencing this right now, and you kind of have just started to get out of this cycle. You've started to ground a bit more, to find more financial safety. But this is the theme of right now. The theme of right now is basically for you to feel a bit more stable and supported. And the earth is here to tell you that she feels you, and she feels you being grounded in her. So I feel like your root chakra has been doing a lot better these days than it has in the past. I would like to get one of those cards. I feel like now you're able to basically, once you have this stable ground, even if you don't have it yet, it feels like it's coming. The stable ground is coming. The groundedness is coming from which you can start creating and manifesting. And you can do anything you want, basically. You can decide on something and it will come. That is the feeling right now. Guilt. Ooh, that is quite a blocker. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. And that is probably something that has been following you for a long time. Guilt and some sort of beliefs. Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. I would like to say that I feel like there is some sort of a guilt about the way you've been changing, and that you somehow sometimes would like to stop this current of change, and that perhaps you've been feeling like your friends might fall away, or you feel like something's not aligned anymore with your current group of friendships. And this is a lesson that you are manifesting right now, is how to be yourself fully and how to continue evolving and growing, even if even if people around you are not understanding you anymore, and even if they feel threatened. And sometimes people will react in weird ways, and you actually haven't done anything wrong, but you feel absolutely awful. So I think this is something right now that's very, very present for you. And scribe or write, I actually feel like I need to clarify this. So the way to manifest, because this reading is asking you to is reminding you that you are grounded enough to be able to start your manifestation process quite successfully, and now is the time to tap into that power. But just make sure to stay grounded, make sure to put the food on your table, because safety and the feeling of safety comes first. And manifestation is the time now where you start basically creating all the stuff that you've worked hard. I feel like you've worked for quite some time now. I feel like I have two very distinctive groups here, slightly different messages. So pardon my confusion. I feel like one group of you is still struggling with that quite a bit. So this message is here to remind you to go back to the basics, to figure that out. Keep growing on your basics, your root chakra. Stay grounded, stay present, and be in your body. Work with your body. And that's where the manifestation process can then start coming from. And then the other group, yeah, that you already are doing quite well, and that now is that tipping point, that you've been waiting for this point for so long, and now is the time to literally shine all that's accumulated inside of you. It's time to sit down and perhaps even write, for sure, your goals or your desires. I like to also let my higher self guide my writing process, and it tells me what is it that I need, because sometimes what I want is not what my soul needs for growth, you know? So basically, stay open-minded when you set your goals and allow your higher self to come through and to tell you, actually, this is what you need right now. So let's manifest this. It will be better for you. And I'm also getting a very strong message for all of you to follow your intuition, follow your inspiration. That's especially connected to successful manifestation. I feel like you are stepping on the point where everything is going to start working out for you. And do make sure that you follow on these inspirations, these little tiny nuggets of inspiration. They will bring you far. And do not doubt them, even if they don't seem logical, even if it feels like you've been working on one project and then this little tiny idea comes in, but it feels so strong in your body. You feel such expansion when you feel it, when you think about it. go with that as well. Make space for it, make time for it. We keep on saying that we don't have time, but actually what matters most, we do make time for. So let's just see a bit of tarot cards here. I'm a big fan of oracle cards, as you can see. I feel more connected to them. But here we go. What do you need to know right now? Six of Cups. The Moon. The Devil. Yes, okay. There's something in your subconscious that is dragging you down still. And there is something you're still not listening to when it comes to your intuition, that you are a little bit too in your head. And what I'm going to say here is very intuitive, but I feel like your environment or your friendships here, something is dragging you down. Something is not really good for you right now. And I feel like there is a desire for something a bit more real. Even if you can't feel it in your subconscious, there is a desire to align with people that are like you, the people that are aligned with who you want to be and who you are becoming. And that there is a part of your old life, your old self, and your old friends or people around you that are still that you're still attached to, and you can tell that you need to step out of that to be able to start creating the life that you truly want. And I feel like there is a sort of sense of being stuck, sense of being impossible to move past that, but you know it's keeping you small. You're feeling guilty. That's what it is. It's keeping you small. So be careful about the people around you, the environment around you. I'm not saying ditch it all, definitely not, but I'm just saying start being aware of it. See in your subconscious, dive deeper into your subconscious to see what is it, which wounds are they that are holding you there, you know, because you still need something from them, and to sever everything from them, you probably even can't. I know, because I've been in similar positions where you feel like you need to move out of something, but you just feel like you can't, like something's holding you there and something needs to be completed there. So become a bit more aware of that, start talking about it more. And I feel like once you untangle these things by talking, even if it is talking with them, though it might not be accepted well, but there's something you need to express. Maybe find some help, find someone that you can express this to, and untangle it with your voice, untangle it with your throat, untangle it with your writing. But there's something to do with you needing to start expressing it and untangling these knots that are keeping you stuck. And this is a delicate process, and these bonds are definitely not here to be cut. They need to be untangled and let go of. So there is no rush. Take your time, and let's just get some guidance from the light workers. Let's get some guidance from your guides. Wow, that is a lot of cards that wanted to come out, but we're going to ignore that. Thank you. What is it that you need to know right now? What is the guidance? Trust and niggle. What is this niggling feeling trying to tell you? And yes, that is a good question to use in this process when you go into your subconscious and listen to this, for sure. The best thing, perhaps, well, it depends what kind of a person you are, but sometimes I love a 6 a.m. morning wake up because everything is quiet around me. It's dark. I get to sit, just me, freshly awakened. So basically, there is not much. There's not many stories passing through my mind just yet. So you're still in the subconscious state. So if you ask yourself that question, what is the niggling feeling trying to tell me? And see what your hand writes. This would be a very good place to start. There's something you already know that is not right for you, so you kind of have to start moving out of that. Let's get another message here. A nice light message. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? So if you're in your comfort zone right now, this card is asking you to become a bit more to become a bit more feisty and stop lying to yourself. I know this sounds terrible, but basically to take away all these veils that you have, all the lies that you're telling to yourself and people, and really ask yourself, what is your deepest calling? What is that thing that makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning and go and do it? You know, that's the only way to express it. What is that thing that makes you want to jump out of bed and go do it? And you feel like you want to do it from 7 a.m. to 7 at night. And you don't feel like it's work. And it doesn't have to be work related. It could be anything else. What is that thing that truly fulfills you? Yeah, okay. And we're going to give you a card to bring it all together. A final message. What do you need to know right now? When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. And we have one more. I surrender to a power greater than me. And that is absolutely beautiful, because sometimes when we are quite grounded, or when we are becoming quite grounded, we become also quite stiff, and we forget how to surrender to something that's bigger than us, bigger than our desires, our goals. And this is why it's nice to be loose about the goals that you set for your manifestation. Because at the end of the day, the universe will bring you what you need and not what you want. So keep on perhaps working, if you like meditating, keep on working with the earth energy, with the universal energy, and just feel and visualize how you surrender, how you just let go of all these bonds, of all these things, the fear that you're clinging on to something that makes you feel safe, and just know that the universe loves you so much and will take care of you for sure. So if you're still currently working through these primal fear situations, lack of finances, feeling not at home in this world, not feeling stable or safe, remember that even if it doesn't feel that way, the universe always has your back. And your purpose is to come back to the light in your lifetimes. So this is where you're going. You're going into the light, and you are there to shine it, you know? So just with surrender, you're able to let go of the things that might make you feel comfortable, but that you know are keeping you stuck. And this is my message for you today. I hope it resonated for you. Let me know if it did in the comments. Please like, subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. Bye bye.